Hare Krishna. So the last shloka of chapter 16 and a very, very important instruction for all of us. So let's see the shloka number 24. Tasmat shastram pramanam te karya vyavasthita Jnatva shastra vidhanoktam karma kartum iharasi. So here it is said tasmat. So he is instructing, Krishna is instructing Arjuna, and through Arjuna all of us, tasmat, therefore. Therefore what? Shastram pramanam te karya akarya vyavasthita. Therefore one should understand from the Vedic scriptures karya akarya, what is duty and what is not the duty. And then he says Jnatva shastra vidhanoktam, and after understanding the rules and regulations from the Vedic scriptures, karma kartum iharasi. So he is saying that after understanding what is to be done and what not from the Vedic scriptures, one should act accordingly. Why? Because when we act according to the Vedic scriptures, one gets elevated on the spiritual platform. So this is a very, very important instruction that Krishna is giving us. If I have to tell this in one line, Krishna is basically telling, follow the Vedic scriptures as it is. This is what is his instruction, and live your life accordingly. Now, why so much of importance is given to Vedic scriptures? Why? Now, some person who is very experienced in life, he can write some rules and regulations based on his experiences and just give it to everyone. Why follow Bhagavad-gita, which was given 5,000 years back? Why? A very important and a logical reason is given in the Vedic scriptures. See, we human beings, we have got 4 defects. First one is imperfect senses. Now, it is very scientific. See, we cannot see outside the visible range. A very simple example is, say there is a pitch dark room and you enter that room, we cannot see anything. But there are various things kept, and once the light is switched on, then we can see everything. So we cannot see outside visible range, but animals can see. Snakes can see, dogs can see, but we cannot see. Then we cannot hear outside the audible range. From 20 Hz to 20 kilohertz, this is the range in which we can hear. If it is below 20 Hz and above 20 kilohertz, we cannot hear. Ultrasound and other sounds which are there, we cannot hear, but the bats can hear the ultrasound. So in this way we see that our senses are imperfect. And then this is the first defect that we have. Second defect, as given here, is the propensity for cheating. In this world, to get one's own work done, people are ready to cheat anyhow. They'll cheat themselves, they'll cheat others also. In this way, propensity to cheat is ingrained in all of us. The third defect that is there is the certainty of committing mistakes. Now, I need not explain committing mistakes elaborately. Every single day we'll be committing some or the other mistake. We are not perfect beings, right? Obviously, we will commit mistakes. And then the last one, certainty of being illusioned. We are very easily illusioned. One biggest illusion that we have is we'll be able to find some happiness in this world. This is the biggest illusion. And other illusions which we see in our day-to-day life is like, on a very sunny day, if you are on the highway while driving the car, then we will feel like as if there is a lot of water in front on the road. Or mirage in a desert, that is another illusion that a person gets. So in this way we have these 4 defects. Our senses are imperfect. We are ready to cheat anyone and everyone. We have the certainty of committing mistakes and also to be illusioned. So these are the 4 defects that we have. So now when a person, a human being has these 4 defects, then how can his experiences, his thought processes be perfect? It is not possible. So a human being cannot write rules and regulations because a human being himself is defective. But then these Vedic scriptures are given by whom? We have seen this in chapter 15, Shloka number 15, where Krishna is saying, Vedaischa sarver ahameva vedya Vedanta krit vedavit eva chaham. He's saying Vedanta krit, that I have compiled the Vedic scriptures. So, Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sachidananda Vigraha, who is completely spiritual, without any defect, he is giving us these Vedic scriptures, the life manual. So, these life manual, Bhagavad-gita, to be more specific, are actually the lifeline given to us. These rules and regulations will elevate us very nicely. So, here it is very nicely said, if one understands Krishna from Bhagavad-gita and becomes situated in Krishna consciousness, engaging himself in devotional service, he has reached the highest perfection of knowledge offered by the Vedic literature. This is a very, very important thing. See, reading Bhagavad-gita is one. There are many people who say, I've read full Bhagavad-gita. Okay, that is okay. But how much you have understood? And what have you applied in your day-to-day life? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna, in the age of Kali Yuga, he incarnated in this very beautiful, wonderful, golden, magnanimous form, whose name is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So he gave a very, very simple process. First, he said, chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. This is the first thing that he said, chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Second, engage in devotional service. Practically do some seva to the Lord, like worshipping the deity, making garlands for the deity, going out and preaching. So these are different practical services. And third is eat the remnants of foodstuffs offered to the deity. That is, honor prasad. So these three instructions he gave. Chant Hare Krishna, do some practical service, honor prasadam. So how can we understand that a person has understood full Vedic scriptures? This is the parameter. Here it is given very nicely. One who is directly engaged in all these devotional activities is to be understood as having studied all the Vedic scriptures. Anyone who is chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra every day, anyone who is engaged in the practical service, and anyone who is having prasadam, we should understand they have understood the entire Vedic scriptures, because this is the essence of Vedic scriptures. A very, very important thing. Maybe we can underline it, bold it, keep it for ourselves. These three important things. Chant Hare Krishna, engage in practical service, and honor Krishna prasadam. Such people have understood entire Vedic scriptures. Now, if it is so simple, see how much time it takes and how much energy it takes to chant Hare Krishna, to do some practical service, to have Krishna prasadam. But still, when the process is so simple, why people don't take it up? Here it is given very nicely. Those in the modes of passion and ignorance deride the scriptures, deride the holy man, deride the proper understanding of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They disobey the instruction of the spiritual master, and they do not care for the regulations of the scriptures. This is all because of we being in the modes of passion and ignorance. So it becomes difficult for people in general to have faith in the Vedic scriptures, to follow the Vedic scriptures. So what should we do? We should elevate ourselves to mode of goodness. We should modify our lifestyle in such a way that our activities are in the mode of goodness. Simple things like waking up early in the morning, in Brahma Muhurta time. So that is between 4 o'clock to 6:30 in that time. So when we wake up during this time, take bath, when we start chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, we can feel that atmosphere to be in the mode of goodness. In fact, it will be in the mode of pure goodness. So, modifying our lifestyle, having sattvic food, and if that is offered to Krishna, oh, that's like amazing, Krishna Prasad. Associating with people who are in the mode of goodness. So, basically, we have to somehow or the other elevate ourselves to mode of goodness. If we remain in the mode of passion, we will become demoniac, because naturally we will not follow Vedic scriptures. So that's what very clearly it is given here, that because a person is in mode of passion and ignorance, he does these different things. What is that? He derides the Vedic scriptures, he derides the holy man, he derides the proper understanding of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he will not follow the instruction given by the spiritual master. And finally, Here it is said, if however one is able to be guided by a proper and bona fide spiritual master who can lead one to the path of elevation, to the higher stage, then one's life becomes successful. Last line, very, very important. We all are practicing bhakti, chanting our 16 rounds of Hare Krishna Mahamantra, following the 4 regulative principles, no meat eating, no gambling, no illicit sex, no intoxication, reading Bhagavad-gita, Bhagavatam, coming in association of devotees and doing various services, honoring Krishna Prasadam. So we are doing all this. But then we have to ask this question, am I under the guidance of a bona fide spiritual master or not? If we are under the guidance of a bona fide spiritual master, following the instructions given by him, then we will advance very fast in Krishna consciousness. Because the bona fide spiritual master will make sure that we follow the path properly. He'll make sure that we don't deviate from that path. He will make sure that every step that we're taking is a step closer to Krishna. And he'll also make sure that we live our life according to the Vedic scriptures. So in this way, accepting a spiritual master is a very, very important thing. And all of us, we have spiritual master like Srila Prabhupada. And Srila Prabhupada's disciples who are there, they are giving initiations. So all of them, they're so glorious. So we can accept them as a spiritual master and proceed in our life in Krishna consciousness. So in this way, in this particular shloka, Krishna has given an instruction to us, follow the Vedic scriptures and make sure you live your life in accordance to the Vedic scriptures. I don't think we need any other thing to be spoken about following the Vedic scriptures. Krishna himself, straightforward, is making this point. Follow it. So as devotees of Krishna, we have to follow the instruction of Krishna. And he's saying, follow Bhagavad-gita, follow Srimad Bhagavatam and other Vedic scriptures. So yes, with this particular shloka, we have completed chapter number 16. So in the next video, we'll try to see all the 24 shlokas at one go. Hare Krishna.